this is things that might get a bit too wild are contained.
Contained or tamed.
Oh, baby, already.
And you've got the 2 speeds, normal and turbo. Right. Turbo it up, Sandra, turbo it up.
I think with rasher hair we're going to need...
I have a clue what Timperley Rhubarb, they're going to know what rhubarb is, but they're not going to know what Timperley is.
Timperley Rhubarb special.
So we used to live, we've got the stuff that's rotted down that can go straight into...
That's looking good now, yeah.
Straight into the raised bed. Sit. Say the 14th of December. How many days to Christmas, Sandra? How many days to Christmas?
Not many.
Well, it's the 14th. I didn't say. I said how
I'm
many?
Certain. I've been at work all week, I'm tired.
Well, if it was 10 days away, it would now be the 24th, so it'd be Christmas Eve. In 10 days.
What I did notice after several days of gloom and grey and cloud, the fountain's working.
No, shh, don't, I'm not there, you're jumping the gun. We're jumping the gun. We need to go and do the weather.
Dog out for a walk.
We're going to do the weather forecast. Yeah, no, but we can change. There's all this thing called cloud seeding. So the minute, look at this, we're beautiful, absolutely, it's never grey, it's never damp, it's never cold. About seeding and how the weather forecast can be changed. And we can change the weather forecast in our garden. Right, you've not noticed something, have you, that's new? I've done this week.
Something that's new.
Yeah.
I noticed you bought a load of bird seed.
So I filled your birdseed bucket up in the
Oh,
greenhouse because that was very low. The handle on the birdseed handley type thing, container, jug, broke, so I bought a new one of them for £1. Filled that up, got 150 fat balls.
Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah.
If I'm honest, not really.
So the yellow tits were out this morning. I put the video. We're all being well. We're going to get some clips. The tits were on it this morning. They were absolutely going for it.
Nice.
Right, it's a very, very low sun. A weather forecast. Right, so be careful we don't hang ourselves. So we've got a video. You've seen the pond and the weather forecast at the moment. What we can change the weather forecast is it's spurting, and the reason it's spurting is our solar control panel is in the shadow. Move it into the sunshine, Sandra, and let's see what happens.
Shadow.
Go on, right, go on.
Are you ready?
Yeah, go on. Whoa!
Look at that.
Now, when you had it pointing more upwards, okay, you had it going even. But that's it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at that. Oh, there you go. So this is currently our weather barometer. Right, so today we are going to be vacuuming the house. We've got a product we're going to be testing and trialling and showing you as well, which is super excited to have sent to us. And we're going to be digging and stuff. So
This is a total aside. Sorry for interloping and all that. But anyway, I'm interrupting. I'm joking.
Interloping? What's it? Interloping?
Interrupting.
What do you call it when you run away with somebody to Gretna Green?
Eloping.
Oh.
I've discovered that the rabbits like wallflowers as well. So I've got nibbled coreopsis. I've got nibbled what's the name? Pinks. Now I've got nibbled wallflowers. You'll have to net your veg when you plant them. Neil.
There's nothing worse than being nibbled by a rabbit.
So it's going to be a question of not only what grows well in this area, but what can survive rabbit nibbling.
Gonna get an air gun and shoot them. Not really, because bunnies are cute. So our garden at night, we've had rabbits, and we've also had a beast. We had a beast the other day, but we don't know if there's a great big cat or a small
So the nibbling
monk
the ones
deer.
that I put down there.
Hang on a moment. Nobody can see where you're going, Sandra. I'm just trying to keep red numbers out.
So
Sorry.
they haven't found these ones yet, so these haven't been nibbled yet, but the ones down that end are well nibbled.
What nibbled?
Well nibbled.
Well nibbled.
Do you want to have a look?
We're going to have a look. Right, okay. Right. Go and have a look. Go and have a look. So
they've not nibbled, it's quite funny, they've not nibbled the ones on this side.
all right.
So these are still fine. They've nibbled all them. They've nibbled what I put there, and they've found these ones down here now. As well.
Hang on a moment.
Look at the state of this poor thing. Nibbled.
Nibbled. Well, the only way you're going to do that is you're going to have to pull some chicken wire down to stop them being nibbled.
Well, we could just see what survives. Survival of the fittest, etc. Really, so.
Okay. Right, so I've just pulled the trolley out of the. So we'll go around the. We'll walk around. I've just pulled the trolley out of the garage, so the garage is open, so we can have a major walk through. And right, I don't know what's. There's something is really intriguing, Rasha, between the hedge here. Right, Rasha, you spend most of your life. You've actually got a hole dug there. Can you smell? Is there an animal or something buried there? Right, what is it? There's something here which is I don't know.
She keeps digging there. She's been doing it for months. Oh, I need some of that for later.
Great.
Fantastic.
So I don't know whether there could be a bone under there, something. But since we've been here, she digs here.
Yeah, she constantly digs.
But people bury animals in the gardens, like back in Manchester, our back garden. It's like a flipping graveyard with things. Anyway, sorry. So what we're doing today is we're going to. When we came here, the compost bin was originally around about there, wasn't it?
No, it was down there.
Oh right, okay, yeah, right. It was down there. Sorry.
Down there.
Yeah, where the dandy is.
It was empty at the time, and I was still working.
Right,
I was still working. Personally, it wouldn't be my first choice, but anyway, I just didn't get around to moving it because it's got stuff in there.
It had to be moved because on that day you didn't see. I moved, I don't know, hundreds of bricks and everything on my own. So we moved the compost bin and we put it there.
You put it there.
We put it there.
Because you don't really put them on paving anyway, really.
Right, so we're moving the compost bin over to near where the raised beds are. So I've done some measuring.
Cool.
So I'll explain what's going on.
So the soil at the bottom is probably, I'm sure that's usable actually.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, whether just dig out the good stuff.
So let's go back to the raised beds and show what we're talking about. Because if you're watching this for the first time, you're going to have a clue what we're talking about, and we have got some videos coming up. Oh, I'm impressed by our little fountain. Right, so we've got these raised beds.
We've got the raised beds, so just temporarily the plant is comfrey.
Come over this way. Hang on a minute.
So along this edge, just to overwinter, I've got in comfrey and some mullein. Got a gooseberry bush. I've got a raspberry bush, some valerian, and there was some echinacea, but they've not done so well. And then some foxgloves at the end. But it was all temporary just for now, so everything can move.
So if you're not been watching the videos, I don't know whether that video's come up. These are bags. This is manure, horse manure. This is where we dug out the pond. So these are going to have topsoil in that one and that one.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do today is any of the compost soil that's doable, we're just going to throw into probably this one.
Can I have it in mine, please?
Which one's yours? No, that's mine. This is yours. You got it.
But I don't need it rich with manure.
Right. Yeah. Well, we'll sort it out.
Yeah.
So we'll use some of the content of the compost bin, which can go to here, and then we're going to put the compost bin in that corner there.
That works. Yeah.
And it's away from the house for lots of reasons.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to be planting some rhubarb, I do believe.
Yeah. So I've picked up. So from our old house, I'm missing the Timperley Rhubarb and I'm missing the black currants. So I bought a root and a bush of each. Well, it's a root of Timperley Rhubarb and it's a bush of black currant. Anyway.
So probably 99% of our viewers watching this aren't going to have a clue what Timperley Rhubarb. They're going to know what rhubarb is, but they're not going to know what Timperley is.
Timperley Rhubarb's special.
So we used to live in an area. I used to live. You've never lived in Timperley. I've had 2 properties in Timperley, and I used to be a ward councillor for a place called Timperley, which is near Altrincham in Cheshire. And years and years and years and years ago, Timperley was known for its market garden. Well, the area's market gardens and growing, and believe it or believe it not, orchards, apples, and rhubarb.
Then my granddad was a market gardener just up the road in Bagley. Close to there.
Bagley.
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 And so Timperley had its own breed. Is it a breed? Brand? Variety of rhubarb called Timperley Rhubarb. But there's two versions.
So it's an early one. Or they're not all early. Anyway, there is an
early and
one.
late.
But they also don't bolt and flower. So if anyone's ever bought Victoria rhubarb, it flowers really easily, and Timperley rhubarb doesn't. And you want the stems, not the flowers.
You want your stems and not your flowers. And I've also bought something for down here, which is coming up with what I've bought. So those that were watching, this was mud. This was just sheer mud here just a few months ago. It was all dug up, and we seeded it. We got it right down in October. We got the seeding absolutely perfect. And if you remember, all here was mud. All this, there was no green. It was all brown. It will thicken coming up into spring. It's still a bit patchy, but I'm pleased with that. Right, Sandra.
So just be aware as well, when you start mowing again, don't go right up to the edge, because I've got bushes all around the fence and the edge now. So
right,
I'll put sticks in as a little marker, so hopefully you'll realise.
Okay. So roughly speaking, oopsie daisy, where I'm stood now, I'm not too sure why, but there was 2 rose bushes here, wasn't there, Sandra?
Yeah.
They were just in the way. I don't really know why. Yeah, just throw it up. So Christmas lights. So we've had them pulled out because you couldn't really mow and it was stunk. But we absolutely love this bit of, what is this hedging? Don't even know what it is.
It's a mixture of clematis and honeysuckle. But obviously it's a summer hedge, not a winter hedge. But yeah.
So this root here, what's the?
It's a mixture. It's literally all twined together. They're both climbers, and it's a mixture of clematis and honeysuckle.
Okay, so there's been a wooden support that's been put down here probably years ago when they were first growing this, and this is serving a couple of purposes. It's amazing. It's full of sparrows and birds. It's not now because we're here, but it is absolutely teeming with birds.
And wrens.
Well, birds, tits, wrens, crows, ravens, all sorts of living here. And just as importantly, our house, anybody that knows where we live will know exactly where we live. We stick out like a sore thumb. But so this is just a grass area, but behind that hedge here we've got another fantastic lawn. A minute we've got bird tables on there. We've got a patio area and another lawn round the back. But what this hedge, I'm calling it a hedge. Would you call it a hedge? Divider hedge. But best of all, what that does, it gives us privacy. So anybody that's walking on the path or on the road, it's privacy. But as Sandra said, it's a, what do you say, a summer.
I'm trying not to ruin the grass.
It'll be fine.
It's a deciduous hedge, so it's a seasonal summer hedge, so it's a little bit bare in winter.
So I've got an order 10 privet plants. So it didn't really show much on our videos from when we were living in Manchester, but I planted some privet and they were literally about 18 inches when we put them in the ground, and took about 2 or 3 years before they started to grow properly. But year 5 they were proper looking good, weren't they? So this is going to take roughly 3 to 5 years before we see any results, but I'm going to put a row of privets in front of here.
I thought you were going to put it the other side.
I can put it on the other side,
if you would do,
but
please.
yeah, all right, we can put it on the other side. Sorry,
just because in the summer they've got all the flowers on that side.
right, okay. So we can put a row of privet down here, and that's going to serve 2 purposes. It's going to be green in the
the green over winter.
Green over winter, and just as important for us, we know that the wildlife and the sparrows absolutely love privet hedge, and it's such a shame because all the estates now, that once upon a time all the divider between the houses used to be privet, and now all the privet's gone, and what you've got is wooden.
So what I did in the summer, autumn, I started to put a few extra greenery along the fencing, so at least we've got a bit more greenery coming. I made a little hedgehog run in the fence there, and then eventually I'm planting that. The clematis is a little bit thin on this side. I'm going to plant another clematis. There's a climbing rose in there, and I found a little yew tree, so I put a little yew tree into the mix as well.
Okay. So as I say, those of a certain age will remember your back gardens, and if you're a young boy or a young girl who went hedge chopping, we used to call it, you go hedge chopping and scrumping.
There were no hedges where I was. I lived behind a shop.
Oh, right. Oh, well, we used to camp in the back gardens, and then when it got dark, you're a bit naughty, you jump over the hedges, and then if there's apples, so at the end of the school holidays, you pinch the apples, and they were really sour, and then you pinch the rhubarb, and it's like, but you go in and somebody would nick a cup full of sugar, because those are a certain age. Do you remember when your mum used to have a sugar bowl all the time out, with a wet spoon in it? I always had a wet spoon. Anyway, we get sugar and eat the rhubarb with the sugar on. But
With the flies liking it too.
but all the new house building that's going on, very little is being done to take into consideration the wildlife that it is destroying where the housing's going on. And with this current government's proposal for 1.5 million homes, that's 1.5 million sectors of land that right now are probably, a large proportion of that is on green belt, have got wildlife, and they're just going to plough through it all without giving any consideration. Oh, hang on, instead of wooden fences, let's plant some privet or some holly or some.
Well, they pack them in so close as well. Like, there's maybe a metre between each house.
Yeah,
So they're technically detached, but there's no breathing space.
It's called terracing when it's on planning, and then also with all the new planning things that are coming on, there's very little consideration for water seepage. So when you're tarmacking, it's not porous and the ground can't absorb it, so you're going to get flooding. There are porous materials. Anyway, that's enough of that. So we're going to do our bit for nature.
But so unfortunately, it's the age-old thing. Like a lot of these areas, they're green belt because it's an old floodplain, basically. So it's going to flood anyway, and the land was cheap for all those reasons. And now they're going to try and make a profit, and then the poor people living there will get wet toes half the time.
I did. If you just heard a bang, they're bird scarers. Right, let's
ready?
get and do this. We'll lift the compost bin and see what's in there. Think about moving that. We'll have a break, have a cup of coffee, and we'll get inside. So we're going to be doing a bit of hoovering, vacuum cleaning, not hoovering. Cup of coffee.
It's past 12 o'clock, I think.
What are we having for dinner?
No.
Anyway, we'll have a break and we'll have a look at this vacuum cleaner. Right, okay. So we've got some fresh greenery here that was at the top of the compost bin, which we just separated, and then as you can see down the bottom, we've got the stuff that's rotted down that can go straight into
That's looking good now,
straight into the raised beds. This will go at the bottom. Yeah, right, we've definitely got a plan. And we've got the truck, so what I'm going to try and do between the two of us, I'm going to try and get that, because it's rooted, out separately, and then we're going to have to dig out the rooted soil, which will be good. Right, so that is fairly fresh. That's going to go at the bottom of the compost bin, which is going to go over. This is absolutely teeming with life. There's woodlouse, sort of centipede going over. There's worms, and nature just doing what nature does. But this soil here is going to be this is going to be used. I'm not too sure why we've got mussels in here, because they're not going to rot, are they? Doesn't really matter, but you can crush them, and the snails don't like walking over crushed shells.
Yeah, so all of that just started off as our household fruit and veg.
Yeah, just this year.
Yeah, so
Right.
we don't put meat in there, obviously, just the fruit and veg.
Yeah. So let's take the bin over and go and see where we're going to put it. What we're going to do shortly, what Sandra's put in here, we're going to dig those out.
Pull these out.
Yeah. Put the bin in there, and get that moved. This. Just load on there for now. It's such a beautiful day. This is absolutely. So we've just had a real spell of grey, damp weather, and yeah, what a difference. Right, so we've got the first barrel full of soil now from the compost bin. You possibly can't see here, but I've got a big sod, divided it up. I'm going to dig out that now, and that's where the rhubarb is going to go. Right, so we've dug out the sod here, a sod there and a sod there, and then that what we're filling in now is our very own homegrown, well not homegrown, homemade compost. With stuff out of the kitchen, and then the sods are all over here. They all need to go grass side down, and people are going to say, oh, you're growing on grass, it'll be fine. And once this is covered over with topsoil and the daylight doesn't get to it, you'll see by June, come back in June, you'll see. Right, we're going to get that now. So this is into the compost bin. That's to go onto there, but what we're going to do, we'll put that in and then we'll go inside and have a break for 5, I think. Let's go under. Oh, okay, right, I didn't know you needed a hand or not.
Look straight in there.
That's it. And when we go in, we'll show you what we do for composting our greens in the kitchen. I think I have put it on a video, but if you're not seen, I'll show you what we've invested in. And every home should do the same. Sorry, we do have a green bin. So for stuff that we're mass producing, like grass cuttings and twigs, things that you don't really want to be putting necessarily into a compost bin, we do have a green bin that gets emptied every couple of weeks. So that's where the thing. But in our kitchen, excuse the mess, we have one of these. It's just a little caddy, sits on the windowsill, and then when we're peeling our vegetables and things like that, you just go straight into the caddy. When that's full, that can be taken straight outside, and you can buy compostable liners for those. So back in Manchester, where we used to live, the local authority actually provided little caddies for inside, and you used to get free compostable bins for the liners. So yeah, for the sake of a couple of quid, if you've got a garden at home and you've got a compost bin, just buy yourself a little caddy. Off. I got my lumberjack shirt on and we're inside. We've been sent a vacuum from Ultenic. It's the V10 Ultra cordless stick vacuum cleaner. Look how swanky that is. Just give it a bit of a twirl, Sandra. This is
It's very smart. Look at that.
So we've got Rasha with us down here. So she's supervising.
So it's extendable pole. So you can adjust for heights. I like the little wheels.
Yeah, so I think what we'll do, let's dissect it and show all the components and how agile that this is. If you're thinking and you're looking for a new vacuum cleaner, we are going to put some links in from for this product from Ultenic. We've had a few Ultenic products and they've all been great, and a great company as well. So what we'll do, we'll disassemble it and then we'll show you what comes with it and how it all goes, because you're going to like this. And get some other bits that come with it. So we'll show you what's. We're not going to do an unboxing, but we'll show you how it all disassembles. Right, so we've got it all in bits. So just show what's in the box first, just the spares and things like that.
So a quick rundown. So there's obviously got your user manual with all the instructions. You've got a few different QR codes and different ways to
the book of words.
We've got the charging cable, so it's cordless when you're working, so it's charging cable.
Okay, I'm just going to stop there 1 second. Right. At home, you get so many transformers now, or little bricks, and sometimes if you put them all in the box, you don't know what belongs to what. And some of these have different voltages and wattages and all the rest of it. So we have a top tip for you. So we have these little labels. See these? They're like a zip tie, and then we attach that to all of our transformers or cables, even USB cables, so you know what they belong to. So before I do anything, I'm going to attach that to that, and then we know that it belongs, because at the moment it would be very handy if these were labelled to say what that is actually for. In fact, there's no, or maybe there's no details there. That's simple. So the cable tie needs cutting.
It does.
But we now know that belogs with that, and those are already available from online places. They are really, 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 really good. Right, sorry, Sandra, I'm interfering.
A little bit, yeah. I was only going to say, especially when you're doing things like moving house, it is a little bit of a nightmare reuniting the right cables with the right equipment. Anyway, so it is freestanding, but if you want to, you can have it wall mounted. So there's a bracket, so you can sit the cleaner on that part and the tools
so
on
just
there.
show how the cleaner goes onto there.
That goes on, I believe.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. So that little bit sits in the hole there, so it's nice and secure. And then the tools will attach on the side. Just clip in.
Yeah, and there's a second one as well.
It's here, yeah, and then you can clip both your attachments in.
So put the brush on there as well, and you can show it.
Sure.
So you can sit on a wall with your tools on there.
So you can be mounted, you've got your tools, you've got your cleaner all together.
Top
Nice
tip,
and tidy.
on this mount, it comes with this main L shape, and then this attachment, there is a little screw on the bottom there. I don't think that showed on the instructions that needed screwing on. But that's how that can be wall mounted.
It comes with the wall mounted screws in the kit. Yeah, they must be still in the box, but yeah, they do come with the screws as well.
And just you'll Tenic, if you're watching, a little design feature that could be really handy. If you didn't want to wall mount this, it'd be fantastic if this had a clip mechanism. So that would now click, and then you didn't need to wall mount it, but you could carry your tools as you were vacuuming. Just sort of throw that into the mixture. Okay.
Right, so we carry on.
Yep, carry on.
So that's rather nice feature with this attachment. So you've got the brush attachment for your furniture and things like that. But if you don't need the brush bit, you just want a smooth attachment, you can click it and slide it back, and then you've got a smooth crevice attachment, crevice tool.
Yep.
How handy is that? So you can choose brush or not brush. So I thought that was quite good. And then, yeah, that's your normal long crevice tool. So that's those. It comes with a spare HEPA filter,
which we'll come to in a moment. Where the HEPA filter? We'll look at the unit in a minute. We're just looking at the accessories for now.
And then so this is the extension. So you can obviously attach any of the tools. So you can have your crevice, brush, etc., or you can attach it. So the reason why I want to do that is if you've got bits and bobs. So it's the wrong end, isn't it? So say if you did extend it and you had like high cobwebs or something like that.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute, because I've got some cobwebs above my desk at the moment.
So that's what that's for. And then obviously when you're using the main brush, it's extendable. Beg your pardon, there's the right one. So if you want it long, so you're standing and vacuuming, that just clips on there. And obviously that is the part that clips onto the main units, which goes that way. It's a nice click, nice, really well designed, snug fit.
I will show this from a distance in a minute, because this is also freestanding. So if you stand it up, it'll self-support itself. It clicks into place.
So finally, you've got your main floor tool. So you've got obviously your rotary brush system. I'll just show you when that needs cleaning. You can quick release there, and then the whole thing comes out for cleaning.
That can be washed.
It can be washed as well. So when it's the right way up, it's quite easy to put back in. It just clicks back in. And then you've got the little wheels I mentioned, and it can rotate in all directions. So
articulated.
Backwards and forwards. So you get into all those awkward corners, and then it can click upright. And if you put pressure on it when you're vacuuming, it'll then just release down if you want to get underneath.
So just come back to turn it over a second. So these brushes are also designed for dog hairs, and it's got the little wheels on it here, and you've got the wheels here, and it swivels, and you've got the little bit of felt. But we will have a go on it because it's got technology on here, green light technology. It all lights up.
So I'm very excited because Rasher is a very hairy dog, as you've probably noticed, anyone that watches the channel.
She's having a molt at the moment.
So,
okay.
And then the battery obviously can come off for charging. There's the charging hole there. So you can take it off for charging, or it just slides on very easily. Fairly easily. No. Okay.
Yeah, you have to make sure. Yeah, you have to make sure it gets lines in the grooves. There you go.
Lined up, so.
All right.
Okay, so it's quick button release, and then slide back on.
Okay. Before we show the filters and everything, just show the accessories can just go straight into here. So if you didn't want the stick, and you would just say wanting to get down the thing, just put that into there, and you show it.
Yeah, so we don't need the extensions. Everything just clicks directly in as well.
So in a minute we will go and show this in the car. So if you wanted to clean your car, these are fantastic for that.
And it's all portable, very, very versatile.
Super lightweight.
And if you ever did want to, you can even plug in this directly in as well.
Yeah, but I mean, joking aside, if you were, say, wanting to use that, I don't know, I mean, we've got a super wide settee here, so sort of thing, on the cushions or whatever, you could do as well. So
if you're doing a mattress or something like that,
yeah,
you might want to do that.
Get rid of all those human bits of flesh.
They all. Can I show them how the filter out? Not the filter, but how you clean it now as well. So obviously, like any rotary vacuum cleaner, the bits all accumulate as it spins around in this compartment. So you've got easy little, just one click, and then you can, the loose stuff you can just tip straight in your bin from this side. If it needs more of a thorough clean, you need to just unclip this part, which is, there's a little button just there, and then the whole thing pops off. And then from this side, that's how you access the, from this side, beg your pardon. That's how you access the HEPA filter. And
it does come complete with a spare.
The spare, but it is all washable, so you can wash one and use the second
this whole assembly here can be washed. Now this can be taken out and all of this can be washed.
Yeah, and then you've got a nice little handle, so that just pulls out your internal part. So that's your internal filter, which from memory is...
So there is it's quite hard to see, there is an indicator there that says unlock and lock with this, so that needs to go that way.
So just if it needs a more thorough clean, sometimes it can get a bit clogged up there, especially if you've got things like plaster dust, for example. So you can give it more thorough clean in a brush.
Well, that's sort of quite futuristic, that, isn't it? Look at that thing. What? I'm a Dalek. Okay, so super easy to clean.
It's fine, yeah. So you can see where it lines up. Hopefully, can you see that where it lines up?
Mm-hmm.
So let's click that back in. Is that in?
Yeah, I heard it click.
And click it.
Yep.
So that then just drops back in there, and you filter, and it says up, so you know which is the way to put it up. And then it clicks back in. I think. Hang on, I'll come back to me. There's that little clip that. So I was having a blonde moment there. Anyway, so there's a little clip there that clips into the white bit, and then the rest just clicks into place.
So I just noticed something. Let's turn this over. There is a couple of little QR codes here with customer support to register your product for your guarantees and stuff like that on there as well. And this is good because this can be used on not only on carpets. We are going to give our carpets a go over, but hard flooring, shag pile carpets, thick carpets and little carpets and everything as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so let's put
the LED light for the
I think we'll
technology.
It won't work properly until we get
so we've got power, high and low setting, and light.
Like a normal and a turbo. I like the turbo power. So let's put a stick on.
That's all the main bits. Should we give it a whirl? Okay,
so that's sort of the main stick and head that's in place in a minute.
So I'd say it's really comfortable to hold actually. It's got a nice firm, it's just nice to hold as well, good shape.
So just show it freestanding again, now it's assembled up because we all went a bit cockeyed before.
So just on the carpet it's not
Yeah, all right, we'll do it on the hard standing, yeah.
On the hard stand, it did stand up fine.
Yeah, okay, right.
So that's adjustable. So that's maybe a little bit too high for me. So
just turn it around so people can see the right round. That's it. So here you can see you've got increments. Well, they're about every inch.
So you can choose. So if you're tall, you can have it nice and tall.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop it a little bit because I'm not the tallest.
You know what I like about this? I like the colours on this. It's
really
like a white and blue. It's a slightly off white, not quite cream, but it's a really different colours. I do like the colours.
I agree.
Yeah, it's also got a little bit of the Ultenic branding on the handle here, and we've got the Ultenic branding down here.
Are you ready?
Alrighty ho. So,
give it a whirl.
right, our carpet is a bit minging at the minute, so just go through the dials at the back. Oh, there we go. Right, so
there's just power on, got your light mode, and then turbo.
Okay, so it's got green eye, what's called green eye technology. Green eye technology, what shows up all the dirt. So if you just power it on, which is here. But if you were now in the darkest place, right, go on, Sandra, put it on.
Ready?
Yeah. And turn it on and off. So we'll do this in a darkened area in a minute. You have got another white light in here as well. And you've got the 2 speeds, normal and turbo. Right. Turbo it up, Sandra, turbo it up.
I think with brush your hair we're going to need to turbo it. Very difficult to get out.
Okay, so Sandra's doing that. Just carry on hoovering, Sandra. So you've got a bit of like a vortex going on here at the moment. So in the handle, if you see, so this is sort of like a smoked, lovely colours, but it's spinning around and it's showing all the debris that the vacuum is pulling up. On some sort of longer carpet. So we're in our hallway now. This is a much shorter carpet and everything. So we'll give this a quick go. This, we get a lot of muck coming here from the front door. We have got a mat, but it's always gritty and shoes and all the muck off the bottom of shoes and everything.
All right. So foot on to release if you've got it standing. I'll show you that again. So that's freestanding, and then you put your foot on to release.
Click. So you can have it on slow and turbo.
So that's normal setting. Turbo. Looking good.
So this quite, oh wow. So this has got quite a lot of dog hair on there then. I've just picked that up straight away. Wash your hair. We're in the bathroom, so we've got some hard standing tiles.
Right up to the edge.
Right, and then we've got the very short, these are carpet tiles, so give that a go, stand out on the carpet tiles. And again, you've got the 2 speeds, you've got the turbo. So I'm going to just slow that really picking up. Right, this is a bit minging, so we may need a crevice tool on here. But we've been cutting bread earlier. So will that pick up any of them breadcrumbs, or do we need to put a crevice tool on it? Try that. There you go. There you go. Right up against. That's it. So again, this is ceramic hard tiles, and then we're coming on to a dust mat here. And you can see now got the stick on here with the brush. Now, just before you do, I don't know whether you can see. There's cobweb up here, so give that a go there, Sandra. Just put it on full blast. And you can get that in there, right into the corner. Yeah, right in the post. There you go, putting it off. There you go. Massive cobweb. And you can do the light shades. Careful with it. Yeah, nice and gentle. And you can also use that to, so it's very bright, let's pull the curtain too. So if you want to do your curtains, because your curtains are absolutely always covered in dust, get rid of your dust and hoover your curtains. Oh, there's another cobweb up there, right over there, isn't there? That's it. And the curtains.
So there's cobweb on the...
You can hear the suction on that, can't you? Yeah. So this is without the stick, so you can do the piece of tea.
You hear that?
Is that on full power? So if you suffer from dandruff, or you've got a relative or a friend or a family member that has dandruff on their furniture, this would be an... I'm being absolutely serious. This would be an absolute fantastic gift for them. And if you've got an elderly friend or family member that wants a light... Your mum had one of these, hadn't she? A similar stick that wants a lightweight vacuum solution. It's not like a great big great big heavy thing, is it?
To be honest, this would be too heavy for my mum, but she is 92 nearly.
Yeah, yeah, but for most people it's fine.
Yeah, generally, yeah.
Yeah, so it has got the crevice tool on as well, so you can get right in. So this is where all the crumbs go. Look at that. Those of a certain age. Did you ever go down the back of the settee when you were little and put your hand down the back and see whether you could find any tanners or sixpences? We all used to do that, didn't we?
There we go.
Right, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to give the car a full vacuum out, but we'll come to the content in a bit.
We're about half full, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, we'll come to the content in a moment. So as I mentioned before, because of the size and compactness and how versatile this is, so if you've got a caravan, a motorhome or a camper van, you can charge this up at home, take it away with you, and say we will be cleaning this caravan shortly, because it's so portable. But even for your camper van or motorhome, and even if you've got a canal boat. Right, what I'm going to try and do here, I'm going to try and go inside my car and show you what this can be used for. So the minute I've got the crevice tool on, power on, full on, and you can hear all the stones. Can you hear it? Can you hear all the stones that it's picking up? So I've just changed the tool now, so if you wanted to clean your seats, I'm impressed by that. I don't know if you saw all the bits that was pulling up. Right, and the disgusting bit in every car is always around your gear knob, so you can get all And then furthermore, if you so wished, what you can also do, you can get onto your dashboard and your air vents and everything else, all can be cleaned. How quick and easy is it to empty? Right, we're in the kitchen, we've got a bin bag, so normally we would do this over a bin, but just for this demonstration. And remember, if you're interested in buying one of these, there are some links and details down there. I'm going to admit, it's very affordable as well. Don't tell people.
Right. Shh. Just before we carry on.
Why are you whispering?
Because you're... I just want to share with you all. Just be patient now. Just before we do that. So you have no idea, like, this is really quite remarkable. Just to show everyone. So we've been vacuuming up Rash's fur, which normally gets tangled on the brushes quite easily. Like, there's hardly any on there. I'm very impressed. There's a couple, but there's really hardly any, which is quite remarkable.
No, but if this was clogged up or was all full of dust or muck, so Sandra mentioned plaster dust, so if you had the decorating on your house plastered or dust, it can be taken out and fully washed.
So, but it's more of that the hairs haven't tangled on it, which I'm really impressed. Right, okay, so the main empty is just one click.
Careful.
And there she is. And it all just drops out.
Oh my golly.
So just for a quick empty, that's good enough. But as I said, if
Hang on a minute, just sorry, we're talking about dog hairs. And our carpets are vacuumed regular, and we've only just done one little section, but that is all your content of your fur. You need a good brushing, I think, Rasha, and you'll sweep up the dog biscuits. That's quite something else, isn't it? Look at that.
Yeah, we've already done a small area as well.
And then these are all the bits of stone and grit, so some of them come off the carpet in the car. Just then pick up some of this so you can see how fine it all is, and all these little stones that came from the car and the crumbs and everything, it didn't clog the vacuum and get stuck in the tube or anything. So that's absolutely fantastic, that. Okay, so HEPA filter and filters.
So, yep. So anyway, so that's how you do your quick empty. As I mentioned, if you need to do a more thorough clean and take it all apart, is this button at the back. And then that part pops off, and then you've got your HEPA filter there. So you can see it's now a bit mucky because we've used it, but you'd expect that. So you can give it a brush out, or you can give it a full wash if it needs it. And as I said, oh, whoops, yeah, and that part also comes out if you need it to, and then the inner filter, if you need to, you can also clean. So it's quite a tight fit. It has to be a tight fit.
You saw all the bits that came out of that
there
then.
you go. So yeah, so it can be quite good. Just give it a bang, a bit of a, you can brush it all off. Ooh, yeah. So
this is all washable, so we can go and wash that now. Get rid of all the dust, let it dry.
Yeah.
Make sure you do not put a damp HEPA filter in, and make sure everything is really dry before you reassemble it.
If you do wash it, everything must be super dry. Yeah.
We've been inside for half an hour, 40 minutes, so we're going to go back out. But what do you think of that, Sandra?
Impressed, yeah, generally.
Yeah. It's
nice to use, easy to clean out, effective, very good on the dog hairs, which is a miracle. So yeah, thumbs up from me, and it looks quite smart as well.
Simple to use, simple to operate, simple to clean, looks dead smart, compact and affordable. As I say, links down there in the description below if you need more information. And thank you to Altenic for sending that over to us. Right, we're back outside. We're taking advantage of the weather today. What a fantastic day it is. Sorry, there's my wellies. Wait. Lumpy lump, slippers off. And my wellies, whoopsie daisy, and my wellies all back on. Right, Rashid, what are you doing? You're just supervising, dog. Right, so where were we? Sorry, I had a bit of a break there. Right, so this is all done here. So Sandy's going to get the can't remember what these are now. is it blackberry, rhubarb and whatever that is. We're going to get those in, and I'm going to tip this over, and I'm just going to take a bit of time to get that ready for Sandra. That sun is so low in the sky.
Timperley Rhubarb. Who's even got a label? Oh, baby already. It's simply early.
Yeah, that'll be up and flourishing in February, March. That.
It's been outside all the time, so it's not been too warm.
Very mild.
It's just mild weather. So
that's to go in there. So is that planted now?
That's planted. Yeah, that's the black currants.
So I'm just removing these sods of soil over. I'm just going to get on with a spade now and split some of those down. You see turn them all over. And as I say, we can put either some weed suppressant over there, some old carpet, or even old bin bags like these, and the ground underneath will die. And so we are going to get a...
So I'm going to plant these quite shallow for now, because obviously we're going to get topsoil on there.
Right, so I'm just getting these in. So as we were saying, what we've wanted to do, and as you see where the big cane is when we do get this topsoil in, we're just going to sort of keep it away from these, want to level it off sort of thing, so we don't end up killing it all. It should be fine. What's that again, Sandra? Sorry, that.
So it's mainly horseradish, but there is a foxglove which I'm just keeping because why not? So that's the foxglove, but there's horseradish underneath.
And then, as I say, at some stage before I start getting vegetables in for next year, I'm going to have to put some supports in here, and I'm going to have to chicken wire around it to stop the rabbits getting in, because otherwise we're going to have rabbit heaven. But they're probably just going to dig underneath and burrow and come up the other side and pop up.
So this bit here, I think I'll just, with time, just weed out the grass and plant other perennials in here. I'll sort that.
Right, the sun's going, well, not going down, but so low, it's so dark so early this time of year. So in case you're wondering what Sandra's on about, she's talking about this section here.
We'll get some more perennials in and just get it more mixed and not grass.
It's beginning to look a lot more like we're growing things.
Hopefully.
So is that blackberry bush, that's not going to get too wild, is it, as time goes on?
Right, the whole point of this is things that might get a bit too wild are contained.
Contained or tamed?
Contained.
Contained and tamed.
Blackberry bushes, when they're full size, are maybe about, not huge, just like about that sort of size.
Yeah, but they spread out. So we had...
The rhubarb will spread as well. I'm putting things here that will probably spread, like the horseradish will definitely spread. Okay. The raspberry will spread, so that, the gooseberry not so much, but the raspberry will spread.
Back here, Dan.
The gooseberry not so much, but the raspberry will spread, so I was going to put it in there, but it wasn't ready in time.
So when we lived at Manchester, we got given, I think it was 2 apple trees, and they just started off as like literally about 3 foot, and they grew and grew and grew, but they ended up getting a bit too much.
Well, not really. It's just, I guess, again, it's like the idea originally was to give us a bit of privacy, to be honest, wasn't it, from the neighbours at the back? But they got so big in the end, we probably would have planted them somewhere a bit differently with hindsight.
So they ended up bushing out. So it wasn't so much the height of the tree, it was the whole bush out and then the weight of the apples, and then you couldn't really get the lawnmower underneath, and the apples were dropping off. But maybe anyway. But that was something we learned. But obviously you know what we need. You know what we need here, Sandra.
I mean, ideally, especially on this bit, I wouldn't even mind a tree there. But
I'm not going to plant anything on there. There's drains underneath there. I'm not going to do any root damage. But you know what would go great here, Sandra? Or in the middle of the lawn there. If I just got a little holly bush, just a little holly bush.
No.
And let it grow.
No.
And grow.
No.
And grow.
No.
And grow.
We've
and
got
grow.
holly at the back.
Yeah, but and then we can put Christmas lights on it. It looks.
No.
Has anybody seen the story that was on the news recently? So what day is it today? Yeah, now we're recording this on the 14th of December. I think it was something like 35 years ago. A couple moved into a house, and they had a little real Christmas tree, and they planted it in the garden. You got a bit of crust on your nose there.
Something tickling.
Yeah. Yeah, they planted this little Christmas tree in the garden some like 35 years ago, and the Christmas tree grew and grew and grew and grew. It's like something that's about 30 foot tall now, and they decorate it every year, and all the neighbours love it. But what a sweet story. I'm good at growing holly bushes, Sandra.
No, not holly.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You told me.
No.
So when we were back in Manchester, we had a tiny little holly tree in our back garden. And when my dad died, he was in a very shaded place and we wanted to build a conservatory. So I dug it up. I took some digging, I had to swale in, get the roots out, and it's brute force, isn't it? And Sandra said,
looked like Tarzan at the time, swaying on this poor little bush.
I look like Tarzan. Oh! So I was being Tarzan, and this holly tree that came out, she said, "You've killed that, it'll never grow." And do you know what? About 10 years ago, our next door neighbour was he was doing landscape gardening, and he says, "I'll give you 1,500 quid for that."
That was a complete lie.
That's how much he said it was worth.
No, he didn't. He said it would be worth £500, not 1,500, £500.
Well, even £500. No, but that was only
got
little.
Too big in the end.
Yeah, that's what I say. It'd be worth 1,500. It'd be worth about £5,000 now. That.
You can have a hazelnut, not a big one. You can have what are they called? A walnut. You can have a walnut.
I'm having a walnut tree. I'm having a holly bush.
Have a holly. No.
Right, if you're having all of that rubbish there, then I'm having a holly. Why not?
Because it doesn't do anything.
You asked me what I want you for Christmas, so I want a holly tree.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. What have I got you for Christmas?
I don't need anything.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't.
Oh, you do.
No, I don't.
Oh, you do. Oh, wait till you see. Right, come on. I think this video has gone on for a long, long time. Let's finish this off and finish off what we're doing. What we're going to have for tea tonight. Thinking about a fry up maybe or something. There's somebody who's just driven by in he's got his roof off his car. It's that.
It is beautiful sunshine, but it's a bit nippy.
I don't know. I swear. This is the first day for a while. I've not got me heavy fleece on and me body warmer on and stuff. Right, happy gardening.
Just saying, I'm squinting because it's really bright, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I should have mentioned, because somebody's going to mention about the privet. Why on earth are you planting privet in the middle of December? And it's quite simple. Between now and February, so from October until February,
If the ground's not frozen.
It's the perfect time to be planting some things because they sit in a dormant state.
Well, but the roots still grow, so you might not see anything on top, but the roots are growing underneath. That's the point.
So this market garden where I've got mine from will be sent the twigs, when they are comfortable, that they're safe to come out and yeah. So we may, they could come next week. It could be 3 weeks. It could be 4 weeks, depending on the weather. But for things like privet, winter time, short days is the perfect time to get planting. All being well, we've inspired you to do composting and planting them out in the garden.
It's so nice to see the sunshine. It was so grey all week, wasn't it? It was beautiful.
Vitamin D. Right.
Wonderful.
10 days and it's Christmas Eve. We've got some news coming up shortly. Keep watching the next few days about some requests that we're going to be asking for and some plans we've got for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day and going forward. Say ta-ra, Sandra.
Bye for now.
You've had a great big shadow of this camera all over your face. Did you see that? Keep smiling.
Not for the first time.
Not long till Christmas.